The derivation of the slope-deflection equations for a tapered beam. This is a part of lecture SA58. Here, we're going to derive the slope-deflection equations needed for analyzing the railroad bridge presented in video SA58. Consider the tapered beam shown here. The length of the beam is L, and its height changes in a nonlinear manner from h0 at the left end to 4h0 at the right end. Also, note the slope of the curve at end A. It is 0. We can describe the height of the beam using a quadratic equation like this, where coefficients A, B, and C are to be determined using three boundary conditions. What are these conditions? At x equals 0, the function should return h0. At x equal L, the height is 4h0, and the slope of the curve at x equals 0 is 0. When solved for the unknown coefficients, these equations yield. Substituting the results in hx, we end up with this quadratic equation in terms of h0, x, and L. Please keep in mind that if the tapered beam is deeper at the left end than the right end, say, if the beam is flipped like this, then a different shape function results. I'm going to leave the formulation of the slope-deflection equations for this configuration as an exercise problem for you. Assuming our tapered beam is rectangular in cross-section, we can write the moment of inertia about the axis of bending as. Substituting this expression for hx here, we get. This is our equation for the beam's moment of inertia in terms of x. Referring to b, h0 cubed, over 12 as I0, we can rewrite fx as. Having represented the beam's moment of inertia as a function of x, we are now ready to proceed with the revised slope-deflection formulation. Let's label the end rotations of the beam as theta A and theta B, and refer to the end moments as MAB and MBA. They are drawn in a positive direction. Herein, we assume counterclockwise direction is positive. Our objective is to write the slope-deflection equations for the beam segment. That is, we want to express the end moments in terms of the end rotations, the distributed load, L, and the variable moment of inertia, Fx, and the material's modulus of elasticity, E. For this computation, we're going to use the principle of superposition, coupled with the method of virtual work. The diagram on the left side can be obtained by superimposing the three diagrams on the right side. So, we can write theta A as the sum of these three rotations. Similarly, theta B is the sum of these rotations. Each joint rotation here can be computed using the virtual work method. Let's start with theta AA. If you're not familiar with the method of virtual work, please see video lectures SA19 through SA23. The rotation can be calculated using this equation, where mx is the bending moment equation in the beam due to the applied load, here MAB, and m star x is the bending moment equation due to a virtual unit moment placed at A in the direction of theta AA. Also, keep in mind that the moment of inertia, I, is defined using Fx. To determine mx, we draw the free body diagram of the beam subjected to a unit moment at A, like this. Then, the bending moment equation can be written as x over L minus 1. If we multiply this expression by MAB, we get mx. How do we get m star x? We place a unit virtual moment at A and write the expression for the bending moment in the beam. Here is the unit moment placed at A in the direction of theta AA, and here is the resulting moment equation. So m star x is. Then we can write. Substituting Fx for I, we get. Since MAB E, and I0 are constant, we can rewrite the equation this way. To facilitate evaluating this expression, let's make a substitution. Let n be equal to x over L. Since x varies between 0 and L, then n changes between 0 and 1 only. Making this substitution in the equation, we get and since x equals n times L, then dx equals L times dn. Then we can express theta AA this way. This integral expression evaluates to 0.21025. Hence, theta AA is. At the time of this recording, Wolfram Alpha is a suitable online application for performing integrations like this. You can access the website here. For the integration we just saw, we can enter the expression here. The application returns useful information about the expression, which also includes its numeric value. Check out the website. You may find it a useful tool for solving other problems as well. Okay, back to our problem. We can determine theta BA in a similar manner. We start by writing the general virtual work method equation. Mx is the moment equation for the beam under the applied load, which we already have determined in the previous step. And m star x is the moment equation due to a unit load placed at B in the direction of theta BA like this. We draw the free body diagram for the beam, then write the moment equation like this. Having the moment equations and the expression for moment of inertia, we can write. Similar to the previous step, if we substitute n for x over L, we get. So, theta BA is. Now, let's calculate the end rotations of the beam due to MBA. Here is a general virtual work method equation for calculating theta BB. To determine mx, we place a unit moment in the direction of MBA at B and write the moment equation for the beam. So, mx can be written as MBA times x over L. To determine m star x, we need to place a unit moment in the direction of the rotation we want to compute, then write the moment equation for the beam. So, m star x equals x over L. Now, theta BB can be expressed this way. Substituting n for x over L, we get or. To determine the rotation of the other end of the beam, we start with a general virtual work method equation. We already have computed mx, bending moment equation due to MBA. To determine m star x, we place a unit moment at A in the direction of theta AB. Then we write the moment equation for the beam. So, the equation for calculating theta AB can be written in the expanded form like this. After substituting n for x over L, we get or. Finally, we need to determine the beam's end rotations due to the distributed load. To determine theta AC, we start by writing the general virtual work method equation. To get mx, we draw the beam's free body diagram, then we write the moment equation. To determine m star x, place a unit moment in the counterclockwise direction at A and write the moment equation that results. Then write. Substituting n for x over L, our equation becomes. So, theta AC equals. Finally, to determine theta BC, we just need to calculate m star x, since we already know mx. A unit moment placed in the direction of the rotation at B gives us. Then theta BC can be determined using this expression. The rotation equals. Just having calculated the individual rotations, we're now ready to express the end rotations in terms of member end moments and the applied load. The end rotations are Solving the above equations for MAB and MBA, we get the slope-deflection equations for the tapered beam. So, given a tapered beam where the ratio of the height at the right end to the height at the left end is 4, then the slope-deflection equations are. Here, I0 is the moment of inertia of the rectangular cross-section of the beam at the left end, and E is the modulus of elasticity of the material.